LA City Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez, previously spoken out against her fellow Democrat, and joins us now. Ma'am, it's good to see you. Thank you. You are one of the more vocal ones. Are you hearing other Democrats coming around and saying there has to be a change in California?
Well, for my part, I'm focused on doing what's best for my constituents and for our city. And so my policy advocacy centers always around that. It's the primary focus of what we should all be working on.
Okay, and that would be that, fair to say, Karen Bass failed your constituents, failed the city?
Well, I think, again, we have a shared leadership model in the city of Los Angeles. And for my part, I've remained and have continued to be a very strong advocate for greater investments in public safety. When it came to the budget process, I fought and secured some of the additional positions which weren't included in the budget, including wildland hand crews and additional mechanic and sheet metal workers to help repair some of the rigs. But what I'm critical about is making sure that we have the greatest amount of accountability and transparency with the use of public dollars. And I will always remain a very strong advocate for that, to ensure that taxpayers are made whole and get the services that they pay for. ...
When 10,000 plus homes burn and there's not water and there's not enough firefighters, they haven't gotten what they pay for, correct?
Correct. I think that there is clearly a lot more work to be done. I introduced a motion about a year ago working on a nexus study to ensure that we can grow this fire department commensurate with the growth of the city. And we're in the process of doing that. I've helped to expand the alternative, basically having nurse practitioners helping to respond to a lot of a lot of our call load. 82% of LA City Fire Department call load is for emergency medical services.
Well,
and so
interesting. All politics is local, and I admire, and you have to be able to get sort of into the weeds on these things. But when you have a leader in Karen Bass who can't simply say, when the National Weather Service was issuing catastrophic warnings and I, as mayor, got on a plane to go to Ghana, she can't say, yeah, I made a mistake. How can she continue as mayor? Well,
listen, we will all be measured on our actions and our work. And I think it's, that is for voters to decide. That, at this juncture, for me and my part, I was just out with Congressman Whitesides in my district, surveying the damage associated with the Hearst fire. The winds, as you indicated, are really starting to ramp up. In fact, It was really aggressive in Silmar. And so right now, that is the primary focus. And once we get...
Do you worry about the Democratic brand? And I say this respectfully, but Democratic leadership in California has been there for more than a decade, a one-party state. Democrats have had effective control for 20 years or so. And the Democratic brand now is being defined by climate do-gooding rather than what you pointed out, wildlife mitigation. Charging stations rather than water pumps. At some point, don't other Democrats have to speak out more forcefully than you are?
Well, I welcome additional voices to be really strong advocates for thoughtful, balanced policy that meets all of our needs, and I will continue to be that. Again, my politics and my advocacy is really born out of the immediate needs. I mean, I think that's one of the greatest opportunities that I have as a local leader, because here we're nonpartisan at the local level. And I think it's for that reason that we're able, for my part, able to work with folks across party lines, which is incredibly important because quality of life issues don't have party affiliation. Having safer streets, having thoughtful and present public safety is critical to all neighborhoods. Doesn't matter what your party affiliation is. And so for my part, I'm going to continue to advocate for smart policies that I believe are going to keep people safe, keep people housed, and make sure that we can improve the quality of life here in the city of Los Angeles.
All right. Well, those are good and worthy goals. It's nice to have you, ma'am. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. If you'd like to help those affected by the fires in California, obviously there's lots of ways to do it. Probably one of the best, and where your money's going to exactly those folks who need help the most, the American Red Cross. You can go newsnationnow.com/Red Cross, or you can also use your phone to scan that little thing. It's called a QR code. It's what all the kids are doing. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.